Okay, hello again. In this video, I'm going to be showing you just how to enter some two-variable data into the TI-83 calculator. You can see right here that I've got a table of data, and this is what we're going to use to enter. The one thing that does make this a little more challenging is that our years here start at 2001 and go to 2006, and if we use those as our values, you can imagine that the x-axis would essentially not exist until it reached 2001, which really isn't ideal. So what we're going to want to do to get over that problem is to change these values 2001 to 2006 and start them instead at year 0. So if we do that, we will have year 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And obviously this will just make our graphs a little bit nicer to look at. Now, to enter this data on the calculator itself, again, we turn it on. Now, hopefully you've done the first video first, so you've already cleared the RAM and you've set up the diagnostics and everything like that. So that's something you're going to need to do every time. And now, to enter this data, we click on Stat, and we click on Edit. So Edit's already highlighted. So again, you can hit 1 here, or you can hit Enter. So you open up Edit, and here we are, and we're ready to enter the data. Essentially, the way this is going to work is we're going to start with the L1, which is going to be our first variable. In this case, it's going to be the year, and it will always be our independent variable. So let's just go ahead and keep that constant. So we hit 0, and then we hit Enter, and 1. And we'll continue that until we filled in this first column. Okay, so I went ahead and I filled all of that data in. So occasionally I will do that. I'll pause the video, complete something, and then bring it back up just so you don't have to watch me do everything. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fill in the values for the second variable, which will be our dependent variable. So we hit the right arrow and we jump over into the second column. And now what we're going to do is we're going to write in these values and make sure that they correspond to the correct values in the left column. You'll see commas here. We're not going to enter the commas, so that's another thing I set up just so you can see it. We just enter the numbers as is. So the first one will be 2,662,000. Oh, I made a mistake there. So if you do make a mistake, you hit delete, scroll onto a value, then hit delete. All right, so 2,622,453. I hit enter, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to enter the rest of the values now. Okay, so I have entered all of those values, and you'll probably notice right away that when you look at these, they don't look quite right. They're written in scientific notation, and you don't really have to worry about it. All it's telling us is that this is equal to 2.62 times 10 to the 6, which just means you can move the decimal place 6 times. So if you do that, if you move that decimal place 6 times, you'll find that it is 2,620,000. So it appears that the number has been rounded, but in fact, if you scroll up and look at the values, they're still being stored as exactly as you entered them. So the data here is entered exactly as you put it in, and that's it. That's it for this video. We've entered all the data, and in the next videos we're going to start doing some regression on them and graphing them and taking a look at predicting future values.